Next on News 8 at 5, Omicron causing fear. Just days after Americans gathered for Thanksgiving, news of the latest coronavirus variant is making its way across the globe. And Comic-Con is back, and it's scaled back. We'll tell you if the drawn-down version helped our local economy. Plus, Small Business Saturday, how you can do your part to help your neighbors recover during the pandemic. And we can't forget to take a look at your microclimate forecast. Keep it right here. News 8 starts right now.
This is News 8 at 5.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Kirsten Holmes. Steve Price has the night off. Thanksgiving 2021 saw more family and friends gathering to celebrate the holiday. All news of the latest, more transmissible coronavirus variant made its way across the country. News 8 Steve Fiorina has more on what you need to know to protect you and your family.
How dangerous? How fast could it spread? Those are question marks about Omicron right now, and the reason for the lines for vaccinations and boosters. Over 5 million deaths have been blamed on COVID worldwide, and it's still a terrible threat, with the virus mutating. The Delta variant, now the Omicron variant. Our best defense, vaccinations.
For now, what we have is a vaccine. They say it's working. However, there is a chance that this variant or some variant from this family with the more mutation can potentially escape the vaccination.
The world has been placed on alert. The Israeli Prime Minister sounding an early alarm.
We are raising a red flag. We understand that we're on the verge of a state of emergency.
Virtually any travel from South Africa, where Omicron originated, has been shut down. Tests and quarantines are increasing dramatically. Italy, Germany, Great Britain, all reporting Omicron infections and increased numbers of people getting their shots.
And if you're boosted, your response is likely to be stronger. So it's more vital than ever that people get their jabs and we get those boosters into arms as fast as possible.
Here at home, a busy day at the Kroc Center in Valencia Park and other locations around San Diego County. Mostly families, but all are welcome.
Yes, do everything we can to keep them safe.
Parents wanting to protect their loved ones from COVID any way they can.
So we should keep taking all those preventions, washing our hands, everything, and don't forget your mask.
Experts weighing in over and over.
It's likely something that is here at a low level. Delta still continues to be the predominant variant, but I would not be surprised at all to see that Omicron is already here and possibly spreading in small clusters.
Besides getting vaccinations and booster shots, we're urged not to throw away our masks just yet. New variations could come up for years. Steve Fiorina, News 8.
Two Spring Valley families are without a home tonight after a two-alarm fire spread to the house next door. It was reported a little after noon on San Bernardino Avenue, just south of Dictionary Hill. Fire officials say it started with a backyard barbecue fire that just got out of hand.
It caught fire. He was attempting to extinguish that fire. The fire traveled to the wall of the structure that was on the back side of the house. It went up the wall. He knew that the fire was getting too big for him to handle. He called 911 and removed his animals from the house. By the time he had done that, the fire had already gotten well established into the house and was up in the attic of the house.
And no one was injured?
No, right now nobody was injured at the fire.
The people who live in the second home were away at the time of the fire, so thankfully no one was hurt. Both houses are expected to be total losses, though. And you are going to start seeing new ambulances on the streets serving the city of San Diego. The Danish company Falk is taking over from American Medical Response, the city's provider for the last 23 years. Officials say the new ambulances are already out in the city responding to those emergencies.
The transition has gone very smoothly. The public should be very reassured that if they need 911, you call it. San Diego Fire and Falk Ambulance will be ready and willing to respond to any emergency that they might have.
Officials say the new partnership will add more ambulances and hours and improve response times to emergencies. Right now in the Skyline neighborhood, a vigil is being held for Angel Gasper Gallegos, the 12-year-old boy who died after being shot on Thanksgiving. Angel's family says they were gathered together when a stray bullet went through their backyard fence at their home in Cahill Drive. That bullet hit the young boy in the back. They did what they could to save him, but he died after being taken to the hospital. There have been no arrests or suspects named by the police. News 8's Regina Ahn is at that vigil. She'll have more coming up live for you at 6:30. And the Santa Ana winds are gone, but the warm weather, it's going to stick around. Meteorologist Sean Stiles is here with a first look at that microclimate forecast. I am enjoying this Thanksgiving weather.
It is actually very nice. However, it is posing a very large threat when it comes to fire starting. All we need is those winds to kick back up. And as we look towards the west from Mount Woodson here, you can see skies are clear, no onshore flow. However, that's going to change over the next, say, 24 to 36 hours. In fact, we could see some pocket fog in the early morning hours tomorrow and maybe even into Monday. Then high pressure, if you can believe it, starts to rebuild back in. Looking at the current temperatures, much cooler today than yesterday at this time. We're in the mid to low 60s in most inland microclimates, the exception being Escondido at 70 along the coastline, well into the mid-low 60s, and those temperatures will continue to cool off overnight. Now, looking at the next 3 days, as we look at tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, we finally get back to average, but boy, once Wednesday occurs, we'll start to see those temperatures come back up, humidities go down, and the winds could kick back up. But inland tomorrow, 83, you got to be kidding me here. We're heading into December, and we stay in the upper 70s to low 80s right on through Tuesdays, and it's going to get warmer. I'll explain that in just a bit.
It is now day 2 of the Comic-Con special edition at the San Diego Convention Center. It's a much smaller scale for a smaller audience. Yet restaurant owners in the Gaslamp District are still happy to see a boost in business. News 8's Ariana Cohen tells us how the world-famous event is impacting our local economy.
It's day 2 of Comic-Con Special Edition. Organizers say it's a throwback to 20-30 years ago. I also spoke with a Gaslamp restaurant manager that says they're having a boost in local business.
It wasn't the Comic-Con we expected.
Comic-Con Special Edition Day 2 brings a different vibe this holiday weekend.
It's a little smaller, it's a little different, energy's a little off, but it's still good. The guest list is smaller, it's a different weekend, the holiday throws it off, and also Black Friday threw it off.
Oh, lovely you are, the young princess.
It's a much smaller scale intended for a more intimate gathering rather than large crowds. Many attendees say they don't mind the change.
It's been kind of refreshing to kind of ease back into things and not have the overwhelming crowds.
I think it's really fun because there's lots of different kinds of shows and movies.
I've gone to every Comic-Con since 1994.
So here goes.
Much like 1994, now fanatics and cosplayers can buy tickets at the San Diego Convention Center for $150.
Those who were at the show 20 years ago or longer remember that you could walk up and buy tickets. So Comic-Con Special Edition really is like a show from 20 years ago.
Restaurants in the Gaslamp District are seeing a slight boost in business.
Business has been a lot better than the past couple of weeks, but yesterday we got really busy. Today has been a little bit slower start, but we're starting to pick up a little bit more. We think it's going to get busier tonight, and we're excited for tomorrow. We don't know if it's going to be a little bit slower or more busy, but we can't wait.
2018 was the last time Comic-Con was fully up and running. That year, it brought in about $140 million in revenue to the city. Comic-Con spokesperson David Glanzer says he's eager to see what this year's numbers look like with the more intimate rollout.
I hope it brings more people back. I hope we start getting more tourists again and start filling up the hotel. We want to see our economy thrive. We want to see the city do well, so we're happy to see people back.
It's great to see people back.
Yeah.
The festivities continue on Sunday, kicking off at 9. Now, yesterday I dressed up as Wonder Woman. Today I took it down a notch, but tomorrow I will dress up and it'll be a surprise. Kirsten, I'll have you guess what it is.
I don't have a guess right now, but I can't wait to see it. Speaking of Comic-Con and the San Diego Blood Bank, they're teaming together looking for some heroes to give blood this weekend. The 45th annual Robert Heinlein Blood Drive is going on next door to that convention center at the Marriott Marquis Marina Hotel. Since 1976, donors have given 47,000 pints of blood that have impacted more than 140,000 lives. If you can't make it tonight by 6, that's okay. They are open tomorrow from 9 until 3:30. And donors, you'll get a limited edition Comic-Con t-shirt and 4 pins while supplies last, so get there early. And Thanksgiving means stuffing your face with food. And today, our animal friends at Lions, Tigers, and Bears got their paws on a Thanksgiving feast just for them. It was more like Christmas morning at the Exotic Animal Sanctuary in Alpine. Take a look at this. The big cats and bears, well, they woke up to turkey treats, stuffed pumpkins, and gourds. It looks like he's gonna, or she may, go off and enjoy that. The Turkey Bash is a fundraiser for lions, tigers, and bears. If you missed it, tickets are on sale for Christmas with the animals, and that's gonna happen on December 11th.